Cameras have allowed us to do things early humans only dreamed of, but every once in a while, they capture something beyond all reasoning. Like an extinct creature, from haunting pictures of kids in the woods to those clowns that crank up the creep factor. There's no shortage of weird things that have been caught on trail cameras. Join us as we discuss 15 of these things that will make you question life. Number 15. Pair of pants come to life. Right off the bat, we have something downright creepy. All the way back in 2000, a man named Jose from Fresno was woken up by his dogs barking in the middle of the night. Immediately suspecting intruders, he checked the CCTV cameras he had installed in his backyard, only to come across something far weirder, because what he saw seemed to be a pair of pants moving across his pool. You might think that this is a trick of the light or a reflection, but the pair of pants even stopped before the pool to test the water before moving across it. This might have still been put off as a one-time hoax, but about 11 years later, in Yosemite, footage caught something eerily similar to the Fresno incident. And this time, there wasn't just one, but two of these mysterious creatures. People have tried for decades now to explain this strange phenomenon, and a YouTuber even filmed himself and removed the top half of his body to explain how the phenomenon could be faked. But what point would there be to fake a set of walking pants? So, are the sightings actually real? And if they are, is it some mystery creature we don't know about? Or is it an alien? Or is it something far more sinister than either of those options?
What is that? Oh my God.
Number 14. The apocalypse is coming. Have you ever considered how the apocalypse would affect the animals? Well, look no further, because this next clip will answer all your questions. Just as a warning, if you're eating any food right now, you should put it down.
For my life. Oh my God.
And deer like this have been sighted literally everywhere. There's no shortage of pictures or footage. People have gone up close to try to diagnose what the problem is. And safe to say, they had no idea. But don't worry, the zombie deer won't be coming after you anytime soon. According to scientists, these warts are just a result of a viral infection, and in fact, do not cause any harm to the deer. On top of that, they can't be transmitted to humans, so you're completely safe in that regard as well. The deer are even safe to eat, although we'll let you use your own best judgment for that one. Number 13. Old myth turns into reality. In 2013, a group of Russian teenagers found a set of footprints which they followed to the edge of a frozen lake. Here, they find something beyond their wildest dreams, because they're able to catch a tall, hairy figure on camera. The kids immediately ran away, scared of what they had found. But this is just one example in a long line of evidence that Bigfoot exists. America has always had an on and off relationship with Bigfoot, but maybe it's time to stop being skeptical. The legend of the Sasquatch dates back to thousands of years, but ever since cameras have been invented, the myth has turned into reality. This video was taken back in '67 and has been under the microscope for half a century now. But despite all the advancements in science, no one has ever been able to disprove it. Meanwhile, the evidence keeps piling on. The following is a video shot in Oregon. We have to consider that Bigfoot's existence is a very real possibility, and not just a mass hallucination, especially since we have so much proof to back it up.
I've actually just seen something running in here, so I'm gonna have to be careful.
Number 12. Weird creature wanders into the forest. Up next, we have footage of another strange creature. This one will send chills down your spine, and be warned that unlike the Bigfoot, this one is not friendly. The origins of this video are unknown, and you'll need a keen eye to catch it. But if you look closely, you can see the creature staring right at the victim. This is the Michigan Dogman. Described as a 7-foot beast with a dog's head, a human's body, blue eyes that can turn red when it's about to attack, and a howl that sounds like a human scream. Doubt us? You won't once you hear this next bit.
The f*** is that? The f*** is that in the woods?
If you've ever come across one, your only hope of survival is if it lets you go. The color of its eyes are a pretty good indicator. Perhaps that is why this person survived their encounter with it. Of course, the same can't be said for this next person. If you come across a dogman as it prepares for attack, then God help your soul. Number 11. Unexpected appearance during bike ride. Millions of families suffer every year when their loved ones go missing. But what happens when people start showing up again? Carly Guse went missing one morning in October of 2018 in Mono County, California. She left her phone and all other personal belongings back at home. No one has any idea of her whereabouts or her status. So then why on earth does she keep showing up on camera?
Oh my God, what the hell is this?
In 2019, while riding his mountain bike around the area, a YouTuber by the name of Joey Mack made an unexpected discovery. In case you missed it, here was a close-up shot of the girl. Joey immediately freaked out, and as soon as he got back down, decided to call 911. Imagine his shock when he found that the girl looked exactly like the missing teenager from a year ago. Unfortunately, it was not Carly, but another teenager who had run away from home 2 days ago. While Joey was not able to help out the Guse family, he's still reunited at another home. We can only hope that the Guse family becomes whole again one day.
Okay, so Patrick and I, we're out here running, and I swear to God, man.
Number 10. Circus comes to the jungle. Up next, we have something a hell of a lot more creepy, because two people had to answer the dreaded question, what would you do if you were chased by a killer clown in the jungle? In 2016, American killer clown sightings might seem like a dumb prank now, but for the people involved at the time, not only was it real, but also downright terrifying.
Yo, what the are you doing, man? It's 7:30 in the morning. Have you heard about all this? People are freaking out about this.
There were even children in some parts of America claiming that the clowns had tried to lure them into the woods. Some of these, like Pennywise impersonator Everett Wilbanks, turned out to be innocent cosplayers, but others were anything but innocent. Let's just hope that if you ever have to go into the woods alone, no one in a clown costume decides to chase you around. Who knows if you'll ever make it out? Or you'll float like all the others down there. Number 9. Disney comes to life. What happens if you make this sound with your mouth? Well, according to Erwin Saunders, doing this after rain in the woodlands will attract the pixies to you. Now, don't get these small creatures confused with fairies. Pixies are just as small, but they don't have wings. That doesn't make them any less precious to Erwin, though. He's been looking for them for years. And about 5 years ago, he finally got one on footage.
He was doing it. Oh, there he is. Okay. It's there.
It's just been uphill for Erwin from here. Him and his partner in crime, Tom, have tried many ways to catch these elusive creatures, including hiding in a portable toilet. They were going to approach what they called a shaman tree, then use a drone to catch footage. And it turns out, their efforts were successful. But are these pixies real, or just some very elaborate CGI? Number 8. Deer from heaven. Up next are albino deer. Have a look. Can you imagine being able to spot one of these heavenly creatures? Now that's a dream come true. In mythologies across the world, these deer are seen as spiritual guides, and seeing them is nothing short of a blessing. Sadly, albino creatures are incredibly rare, Not only is there only a 1 in 20,000 chance of them being born, their poor eyesight and sharp color usually means they're easy hunts for predators and humans alike, and they're usually left behind by the herd. But every once in a while, someone comes across them. Whether it's just looking from afar, or for those that are in God's favorites, going up close and touching, then it's sure to be an experience that's out of this world. Number 7. Large cat stalks hiker. As if creepy clowns weren't enough, going to the jungle means that you can be chased by mountain lions as well. In this video, the man tries to scare off one of these creatures by making roaring sounds to try to appear threatening. But it seems the wild beast knows just as much as we do that the man is absolutely terrified.
Get the f away! Get the f away!
Eventually, it starts getting braver. The absolutely terrifying encounter ends with the cougar eventually leaving him and running back to her hideout. But the speed at which it runs away leaves no room for doubt. If it decided to attack at any moment, the man would be dead. And while these creatures don't usually attack humans, these videos leave no room for doubt. Nature is not to be threatened.
That is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Number 6. Turkeys performing weird ritual. If mountain lions are scary, then turkeys are just downright creepy.
No such thing as an evil turkey. Oh wait, I lied.
The next clip will leave you with more questions than answers. For example, why on earth are these turkeys involved in a weird ritual surrounding a dead cat? They're bobbing their heads and moving in perfect unison. It's downright terrifying. According to some experts, turkey are flocking birds, and they're used to following a leader. In these cases, they might have all thought they were following the next turkey as a leader. So, it turns out, they're not in some weird death cult. They're just a little dumb. But this isn't the only time these birds have exhibited behavior that's nothing short of horrifying. Take a look at this one. If this many turkeys chased you around, would you just run like the cat? If there's one thing for sure, you do not want to mess with them.
I must be getting tired. It's 3 minutes of brain studying.
Number 5. Fight for the championship belt. Here's another example of animals doing things you'd never expect them to. Have you ever seen rabbits involved in a boxing match? If not, you're in for a treat. The video goes on for a solid 2 minutes, and it's just these two cuties going at each other's throats. The question is this a friendly match between two bros, or is something on the line here? Well, you'll be surprised to know that one of these hares is a girl, and the other is a guy trying to win her affection. When the male becomes a little too persistent, the female just goes right at it with her killer right hook. Not that this is bound to stop them. In some cases, the males are right back to the chase as soon as they get the chance. In some cases, it might even be two males boxing in their right to run after a female. And you thought your dating life was hard. Number 4. Bear with the silkiest dance moves. If you thought hare boxing was cute, what do you say to dancing bears? Turns out, bears have an impeccable sense of rhythm and a skill for setting even the toughest of forest floors on fire. This next one's just living life to the fullest. Put a pole in the mix and it might even get a little hot in here. These bears might as well have Nicki Minaj playing in their heads all day long. So what's the secret behind their sick dance moves? Well, most of the time, the bears might just be trying to rub against their surroundings to mark them with their scents. The impeccable dance moves are just a side effect. But we have to put out a disclaimer. If you see a bear trained to dance, try to contact some organization that can help. Most of the time, these poor creatures are kept in horrible conditions. Number 3. Raccoons are all about teamwork. Did you know that human interactions are actually making raccoons smarter? They're great with puzzles, and when they live in urban environments, they use their unique skill set and human-like hands to make their way out of situations in ways even you'd never think of. For example, This little family of 3 will make your heart melt. While one of the babies holds onto her legs, the mother hangs off the ledge to pull her other child, who seems to be having a little difficulty climbing, up to join the rest of them. Now that's just precious. And here's another video we have of these crafty little creatures working together. Take a look at this one. Holding the door open for your fellows? Now that's love. Maybe if humans go away, these little brainiacs could be the next overlords of the world. They sure have the smarts for it. Number 2, Moose comes over to say hello. Turns out, moose are very friendly creatures. Some might even stop by to say hello, like this one. These huge creatures are friend-shaped and always make for an interesting time when you come by them. But while they may be friend-shaped, they're not friend-sized. While they don't naturally tend towards aggression, they won't hold back if they feel threatened. To prevent attacks, don't give them food. Don't go close to them if you have a dog with you, and definitely don't throw anything at them. Bull moose, like this one for example, can charge at you when they're in a rut. Cow moose will attack when they're protecting their young. So while moose do make for great experiences, maybe it's best if you just keep your distance. Number 1, thief fails in stealing. And now, we get to something that the trail cams were actually intended to be used for. Because what better thing to catch than a thief in the act? Especially one who seems to be very bad at it. This man tried picking a lock for over a full minute before he gave up. While the man wasn't able to dislodge the camera, it was pretty funny to see him try to go at it. Sometimes you can even catch people breaking into homes. Whoever said that these cameras weren't worth the coin? The owner even caught the faces of the thieves. Safe to say, the only place they'll be going next is behind bars. Luckily, catching a thief has never been easier. These handy things can capture pictures in pitch black darkness. And if you can manage to place them somewhere they can't be seen or can't be reached, then you basically have a foolproof thief buster in your hands. Who knew cameras could be so useful? It's no secret that the world we live in is filled with strange occurrences. But every once in a while, we get lucky and catch these on camera. But while some of them have explanations, others just leave us with even more questions. Will we ever have them answered?